Shall we start? So the next material we have is knobless cylinder. Yes. Knobless cylinder. So here we have a same. This we can call it as a colored cylinders also. Okay, because it is in a different colors. So already you are done with the cylinder blocks. Now the child knows everything about the cylinder blocks. Okay, now we are making the child more perfect with these. So these are called knobless or colored cylinders. Okay, in the same manner. Okay, the first one in yeah. Okay, just these two examples I am showing. Okay, this will be same like a sizes, everything will be same like a cylinder blocks. Okay, can you see this tall to short? That we call it as a block A. Right? Block A. So tall to short. Block B was right. So here we have color. Okay, red color like a block B. Thick to thin. Okay, blue color is tall to short. Okay, big to small is in yellow color, and the vice versa here we have with the green color. Block C and C1. Okay, same, but here we doesn't have a knobs, and we have it in a colors. Got the difference? First, afterwards, what to do, everything else show. Don't write must same. Okay, it is there in your book also, don't write. Just understand it. Same like cylinder blocks. Here we have a in different colors. Okay. Now, give invitation to the child. Today I want to show how to work with the colored cylinders. Okay, give an invitation. Take the child to the place of display. Introduce the materials. Few materials will be like this. All the 4 colors in one box, and we have a compartments according to the shape we have. But few materials it will come in a 4 different boxes. Okay, if you have 4 different boxes, you have to bring only one box at a time. As I told, you have to give presentation with only one box. If you have everything in the same box, what you have to do? What you have to do if you have everything in the same box? You have to take out only one color. You have to carry your tray. Okay? Then bring all the, maybe take the child to the place of display. Ask the child. These again introduce the material. These are the colored cylinders. Okay, which color shall we take today, because the child knows the colors. Okay, if the child, whatever, okay, or else you take one color, the child suggests, okay, we'll take blue color or red color, any one color. In a tray you have to bring only one box. Keep it in a mixed form. What can we do now? Because here we doesn't have any sockets. Grading? Yes. Easily I can grade it now. Visually I can see everything. But child, you believe it or not, child is very brilliant. Because my own experience, in our training session, 10 days, beginning they used to send for 10 different schools. Again in the next session, they used to send for only one school for 10 days. Okay, they will be given 2 children for us. Okay, morning we have to go, we have to take one small stool and maybe we have to sit in one corner, that's it. We have to sit and they'll give 2 children and we have to observe those 2 children what they'll do. From morning, okay, you have to write. Maybe the child came maybe this time and he started doing this, after 5 minutes he took some other thing. So in that what exercises she did. So all those things we have to observe and we have to write down and then we have to write it in the observation book. Montessori means that we have to do. Okay, so at last day we have to give one presentation, any one presentation to the child. Okay, I had one child called Bhumika, she is very good and they told me to give number rods, it is in arithmetic. So name lessons we have to give with only 2 names at one sitting. Okay, so in that we have to give 3. Actually in number rods we have to take 3 rods and we have to give the presentation. So okay, I gave an invitation and there was an observer. So she was observing me. So I gave invitation, I took the child to the place of display, I introduced, I brought all the materials. She came, she sat next to me. Everything I gave, 3 rods I gave the presentation. I kept it. Asked her, do you want to do it? What she did, she didn't touch these 3. She started taking the 4th one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything she did. That's not a rule actually, according to rule. Because this child she has observed from many days, the others are working. So she did. She is just 3 years. Small child. Then in my report it was like that. Again after some days, our lecturer when he was telling, he told me. In the sense he didn't tell the name and he started when he was teaching, no, he told. Maybe you are given like this, the child did that. So children will be like that. So if you give one, automatically the children will catch up everything. No? So here, concept they know, because they will be observing, they will learn more from observation. Rather than teaching, rather than writing, they will learn, no? So, what can we do now? Because the child padapadi can do, because already he has done the same thing with the cinder blocks also. Now what the child can do? Okay, all those things we'll do later on. Beginning. So, what is stereognostic sense? Do you know anything about stereognostic? Stereognostic means see with your hands. See with your hands. Okay, so here nothing but the child has to do the same grading activity what you told, but closing his eyes. Okay, here in the school you have to keep one blindfolds, children's eyes, you have to tie the blindfold or else you can close his eyes. Okay, so now ask the child to arrange this from tall to short, because the child knows what is tall and what is short. No, we are not teaching. I am just giving because already the child knows the concept. Here I have a material. Why this? Because we give a test, exam, everything to check the child. So here also the child knows. Once the child knows in the examination, do we teach? Don't teach. Already the child knows start to short. The child has seen everything through cylinder blocks. Just tell the child, arrange this from tall to short or short to tall, whatever it is. But what he has to do? Closing his eyes. Okay, just has to close his eyes. Or else if you just tie the blindfold, he has to just by closing his eyes, the child has to grade. That is called seeing with hands. Stereognostic sense. So in the same manner as the child to work with other colors also. Okay, when he takes yellow color, he has to do big to small. Okay, when he takes green color, he has to see everything. Okay, red color also, thick to thin. So afterwards, ask the child to open his eyes. Just I'll show you. You can take two colors. Now blindfold, okay, in mixed up form, okay, keep it in a mixed form. These are the activities, what else you can do, okay. Now blindfold, give any one of the shape, okay. Now ask the child to search the cylinder which exactly fits here. Okay, see. only it is not properly done, that's why. Otherwise you can do it. Okay, like this you can give as many exercises as possible. Now we are making the child perfect regarding, as soon if you give anything, the child is able to recognize. In the same manner, you can give shapes. The child knows how the sharpener will be, how the eraser will be, how the pencil will be. Okay, those things what you can do, you can collect it in a cover. Now we'll get know that they'll give us tumblers, that cover will get know with a string type. Okay, in something you can keep, and you can ask the child to close his eyes, and you ask, maybe if you know what are things are there in that bag. Okay, take any one bag or give me, yes, give me this bag. Okay, maybe see bag, you can keep, okay. Now as the child, you just, maybe you have kept few items here, you just ask the child, take out pen or whatever, take out something. Now the child will search, take out. So what is doing? Inside is kept only his hands, is not able to see. Now what is doing is searching, is able to feel that shape. Pen means it will be a long. Okay, how the shape will be. You can keep few small things in a bag. Ask him to keep his hands and ask him to take out the thing which you are telling. So what he'll do, he'll just feel the shape from his hand and he'll take out. So those activities like this you can prepare as many bags as possible. Okay, different shapes, maybe small ball or whatever it is, square shape something, rectangle shape something. So you can ask, take one thing is there which is in square shape, take out that. Don't tell the name itself, square shape. So wooden box only you can keep. So just feel inside. So everything almost it will be in the same size. Okay, don't keep big, small and all. So almost everything should be in a same size, almost same size, few items, and you can ask the child to just feel it and take out. Or some beads. Okay, same sizes of beads. Like that, ask the child, give back, ask the child to take out all the beads of this shape. So we'll just feel and he'll take out. So whatever you want you can do. This is called stereognostic sense. Stereognostic means just see with his hands. You can grade and you can ask the child. See? Like this also you can do as many things as possible. You can first you can grade and you can fix it on this. See, these sides are same. Height is different, but here you can show, see, all red heights are same, but blue heights are different. That you can show, whatever you want you can teach. Like this, you can grade and you can keep. This is Knobless cylinder. Any doubts? You You know how to hold everything. You have to hold like this only. With necessary and sufficient fingers. Here you can hold. But when you are keeping, using the fingers. Simply you can't keep like this or hold like this. Because now the child knows all the ways how to hold. No doubts? See that should come here. No doubts? So now we take our language. So actually, which one do you want me to dictate or? You want all the exercises or only the planned conversation? Everyone was there when we did language. So first one just will revise a few seconds. So in language, what is language actually? The way we communicate. So if we want, why are we learning language? We are learning English, we are learning so many things, right? We are learning grammar. So we are learning many things if you take English. English is a language, or Kannada is a language, or Tamil is a language. So why do we learn languages? To express all feelings and just communication. Everything is, the one word is communication. To write the letter also, whatever we do, we are learning language only to communicate. So we don't need to math to communicate, right? Do we need mathematics to communicate? Do we need science to communicate? Do we need social science to communicate? No, language. Okay? So language is a basic thing for anyone. Now whatever the language you take, maybe your own mother tongue, or now English is a international language, this we need to communicate. If you go to other states, maybe Hindi is our national language also. English is it has become commercial language, like we do everything. We use only English to communicate with other people, maybe nationally or internationally, whatever it is. So, when you are learning English, do we learn in a proper manner when we were too young? Do we learn English in a proper manner? When did we learn to speak English? Maybe I don't know, everyone we have studied in, that time they were telling English medium convent. when you were there. Now it's become CBSE and all those things. No, even if it is English medium also, they used to communicate only in our local language. Will you accept that? So then when did we learn proper spoken English? Or even today we don't know we are proper or not. We communicate, yes. When did we learn this? We started talking in proper English from 5th, 6th, 7th like that. We could speak that butler English we call, na? No? So, why? Because sometimes we hesitate to speak. Why is that so? Whatever it is, I speak, okay, you speak, but I hesitate to speak to you. Why is that so? We are not sure, right? Confidence also one thing. When you are not confident, when you will be not confident? When you doesn't know something. Okay, if you, maybe for the examination, when you will be not confident, when you doesn't read it, when you doesn't know the subject properly, you are not prepared means there is no confidence. Okay, so to make the child, that's what, even now we struggle, right? Maybe I don't know, because few from that time, few from North India, if anybody is there, maybe they are very good, or in Delhi, Mumbai, they'll follow. All those things I don't know, but in Karnataka or in this south part of, if you take south part, no, nowadays they have started speaking in English. At least in Bangalore cities, it's okay. Even now if you go to rural places, the class time just they'll teach. In the class hours they teach, when they come out they speak only their local language. No, so that is why English is more like communication, not only for your examination purpose, not only for your learning purpose or whatever, I should know grammar. If they ask circle noun, yes noun. What is noun? That you have to follow throughout your life. Even now, if you see our children's book, common noun, proper noun, I'll think we never learnt all those things properly. So, what they did, how much ever they want, that time they used to teach, they used to live like that. Again next year, whatever is there in the portions, they used to cover up that. No? So, why? See, in Kannada, if we are local language, whatever the local language, so we teach, we know properly. Because they are speaking in their house and in the neighborhood, they'll speak that language. So, we are very perfect with our own language. But, why we are studying for English? Basically English. We are not using that in the home. See, now we are talking as soon we go home, we start in our own mother tongue. That is, so that's why to make the child confident. So why do we not speak? Maybe we are going somewhere, suddenly if you see something, if you want to tell, maybe I want to tell to somebody, but I don't know what is that. Maybe I know that in Kannada, I don't know what is that in English. No? So some basic things you have to start. So that's why in Montessori method we teach language in a different manner. Okay, why language is so important, why phonics is so important, because we need to learn all these things. So we never learned phonics or something in our childhood. That's why even today we struggle. Even so many, if you ask other people, they doesn't know what is phonics. Those who are following traditional method, even they doesn't know what is phonics. What is so important in phonics? We learn blindly, we learnt English, blindly still now we are writing. We didn't know what is this. Till I entered my Montessori course, I didn't know what is phonics. What is the importance of phonics? No? So, first, why? Maybe accent. If you take, few they'll speak English really very good. Their accent will be very good. Few they'll speak like other languages. The stylish. Why they speak so stylish? If you take other countries, those who are really very good, those who have hold on the language, they speak very fluently. Why that fluency comes? Because they speak very stylish way. Why is that so? Not practice, because they know that language. They know how to pronounce the sounds. Table, we say table. We say table, ch. So the sound they know properly. Tiger. They'll say, see tiger. They know the spellings, so they're used to that method of pronunciation also. So even in our schools, why can't we make that? Why can't we try for all those things? Right? See, even I can speak, but it's habit. Tiger. But when you practice, there is a tiger. See, your style, your pronunciation, that gives more when somebody listens to us. That's what called language, not only your writing part or reading part, your facial expressions, your body language. Tiger. See, your facial expression differs when you speak in two different tones. No? So, these things why I am telling, because when language, not only ABCD or ABA, CADA, what do you say, rhymes and stories will also come under language. When you are teaching rhymes and stories, when you are narrating something, how it should be? Your body language, facial expression. So children will be attracted, because why I am telling all these things? Because children will imitate you people. So at this age, they imitate. How you wear your sari also. After going home, they'll take one small sari, they'll wear, they'll take chalk, they'll take stick. How you scold? Stupid, if you say stupid, even they'll go and repeat. Hey, stupid, come. Because whatever you do, they'll imitate and they'll learn that. Okay, at this stage, you start thinking, why I'm giving all these explanations? Because when you start working with the children, don't stick on to that old method. You just improvise your way of teaching. Okay, so that's why first we are doing the enrichment of vocabulary, because the child should know the names. Okay, here if I want to communicate, please bring that material, Nobles material cylinders. If I know the names, I can communicate with Padma. Or else I can't say bring this. No, first we should know. If we want to talk, somebody, what do we talk? What did you have? If I know, I had dosa, I had upma. If somebody asks, what did you had? If I say, I had uppittu, will they understand? No. No? Something like that. Maybe the child knows his own language. Now you have to start teaching in English. Spoken language begins from there. Names of the things. So the same thing we discussed, no? So names of the things in the environment, whatever it is, book, table, chair, door, window. Okay, like that you have to start teaching the names. Then you start teaching the whatever is there, the things in the environment. Things in the sense, materials in the environment. Maybe bring that cylinder blocks, bring one printer, bring that napkin. The child should know what are the materials are there in your environment. Then classified pictures, as we were discussing in the last class. Classified pictures, did I explain all the three types of nomenclatures? Yes. So you just keep that, okay, small cards. So what do we do actually? We show B chart. So there the child can't properly see that particular focus on one picture, because we are, in a chart we will be having at least more than 20 pictures. If you take any animals chart, it will be more than 20. If you take any fruits chart, it will be more than 20. So the child should always focus on one thing in his learning. So that is also why classified pictures, why we are not using charts in Montessori method. Okay, everything, whatever you want to teach, maybe animals names or flowers names or whatever it is. So everything through flashcards. That is classification of pictures. We are classifying it. Okay, flowers maybe. Today, if I want to introduce the names of animals, Okay, all the pictures, small pictures, you just cut it individually, keep it and show. This is cat, dog, okay, cow, camel. Introduce all the names. Again, ask the child to identify it. Because original, all the animals we can't bring and show to the child. That is sure. Whatever the method, I can't bring lion and show. So, show the pictures. So that then what they learn the names of animals in English. That is our aim. Here I am not teaching pet animals or wild animals or domestic animals. I want my child should know the names in English. That is classification of pictures. Next, scenic pictures as I told. So in any birthday party picture or any zoo picture or anything, just show. Okay, then which maybe you introduced all the animals. Now the children knows. After some time you bring that scenic picture of a zoo. Now let the child say the names of animals by looking at the zoo picture. These activities will be in a group, small group, 4 or 5 you can take, because you have to make more interesting. So when you are showing some, see here, if I teach to her only this, only she will answer and she will get bored. When I scenic picture, when I show to somebody, maybe birthday party, one child says, yo, she is wearing cap, this is red color cap, she is eating cake. So now the other starts speaking. Language means everyone, you have to interact and have to learn. Okay, few areas in language will do it a group activity. Okay, that is called scenic pictures. And then plan conversation. Okay, any conversation you just plan and go. Okay, invite all the children. So now you start speaking about that topic. Let the children share their experiences. These things should continue till all the 3 years. Not only now I'll do and I started sandpaper, so I'm not doing this. Don't do that. Maybe today if you have taken one topic, after some time you take another topic, after some time you take another topic. So according to the age you take little difficult topics, let them start sharing their ideas. That is called planned conversation. Again, already we are teaching name lessons with all the materials. That is also to enrich their vocabulary, right? Why they should know all these things? For the enrichment of their vocabulary. Okay, name lessons is also one sort of help to enrich their vocabulary. Stories and rhymes. Of course, so stories, through rhymes they learn many words. Got it? So again, we did know sandpaper letters. Okay, you know how to give, because here you are teaching only the sounds. Okay, so sandpaper, through the sandpaper letters. So here you have a place to hold the sandpaper and you have to trace according to the shape. How you will write in the same manner you have to trace. Okay, then after tracing, other activities we told, group activities with sandpaper letters. Have you done it? Group activities. So distribute sandpaper to maybe 4 or 5 children. So distribute everyone. Okay. Maybe you distribute it like this. E, book or something like that. So just tell those who are having S sound, raise your card. A sound, raise your card. Like that. Second activity, I'll just spread all the sandpapers. I'll ask the children to come and trace. Okay, you come and trace ba, come and trace ka. If you have finished 5, with that 5 only you have to do all these activities. Again, that's what I told in a chart you have to tick. Yes, today I have given. These many children have finished. Okay, call them and do these group activities. Okay, phonics, already ma'am has done, right? Do you know the classification of sounds, everything? Okay, how we have, yeah? No, actually I'm asking about the phonics. Okay. Sounds you know, right? Sounds you know. Okay. So classification means just vowels and consonants. You know. Okay. That's what I'm asking. Phonics you all know, right? So hard explosives, soft explosives. You want from sounds. You have to tell me now because already you know the sounds, right? Now anyone of you tell me. Not example. Have you done group activity in oral phonetic analysis? No. That time I'll ask. Okay. Now, classification of sounds actually, we have how many vowels? 5. Okay. Consonants, we have prolongables. Just think, prolongables means what? Prolongables? Long sounds. That's it, no? Then, hard explosives. Yeah, that comes with force. See, kite, parrot. Just K is K sound only. Cat. Pronounce, all of you pronounce cat. Cat. Okay, just pronounce cat. Now you pronounce kite. Now are you not stressing that K sound in kite? Now, any fan? Okay. Parrot? Parrot. So we are going to stress. Table? Table. So we are going to stress. So that is called hard explosives. Soft means bat. Dog. Are we telling bat? Are we telling dog? Dog. Bat. You just see the difference between, okay, hard and soft. Okay? All of you pronounce bat. Bat. Both the same. When you say bat, bat. Bat, hat. Little. I'm not telling you, stressing that. Okay? Don't go in depth. While you pronouncing, see the difference. How do you pronounce? Bat. Cat. Parrot. No? Ha. Little bit. You are going to stress that. That is called hard explosives. Okay? So if you want, you can write the examples afterwards. See, prolongables, L, L, lamb. With la sound, what I'm doing? Lamb, la. I'm just prolonging that. Again, fan. The sound is f, but fan, fa, comes later on. Hen, hen. Are you reading? Hat, ha, hat, hat, no, hat. We are just prolonging it. Okay? Man, man. Okay? You just see the difference. Wax, wax. I'm just, so these are called prolongables. Okay? It is called classification of sounds. Last time, 1:30. Everything. Everything I can't give. Whatever the doubts you have, really clarified. Don't worry. If you start writing few things, I'll give it. I'll help you. I'm there to help. If you want the topics, at the end I'll just. Now we'll move on to the next one. Okay, today I'll finish this and I'll give you all the topics. Okay, you just see how much ever you can write. It's very easy. Okay, so now I have introduced all the sandpaper letters A to Z. Okay. Now I have done all the group activities also. Now I think that's it. I'm not very sure. I think all my children knows the sounds. They're able to recognize the sounds. Okay. Now, how to confirm that? Ask questions, right? So, here I am doing some activities. This is called group activity in oral phonetic analysis. Group activity in oral phonetic analysis. Okay, so first invite a few children, okay, maybe in a group, maybe you have 4 children, she has 4, she has 4, okay, in a Montessori method. So those who have done till all the sounds, 26 sounds, invite all the children. Maybe 4 to 5 children will be there, or else you can do it in a group also. If you are in traditional school, you can do for a whole group also. Okay, the first activity is, okay, so now what you have to do? Invitation, give invitation. Today we'll do some activity with sounds or something. Now invite all the children, ask them to bring their sitting mats and sit on them. Okay, that is your preparation. Okay, then here you have to give a ground rule. Okay, ground rule in language activity or in any activity, this ground rule if you follow, really children will sit quietly. So what you have to say, now I am going to ask few things. For whom I will ask or whom I will point out, only they have to answer, others they should not answer loudly. Here also. So for whom I will ask, only they have to answer. That's a ground rule in language activity or in a group activity. Okay. Now, presentation. Okay. Say to children, now I am going to say a word, listen carefully. Okay. So, you can write this and afterwards you can, all the 5 you can write it. Okay. Okay. As I do, you just write down. Okay. Say to children, now this is a presentation part. Now I am going to say a word, you have to listen carefully. Okay. That is your first one. Are you writing? Do you need time? Yeah. Say to children, now I am going to say a word. Now I am going to say a word. Listen carefully. Over. Next, say a word or tell a word. For example, say a word. For example, okay, just listen, I'll do and then I'll dictate. Okay, plum. Okay, I've told, listen carefully. Plum. Okay, which word did I say? Plum. Which word did I say? Which word? Plum. Okay. So now, which is the last sound in plum? Okay. So I am pointing out her. Again, I'll come to the next child. So it should, for each and every child we have to give at least one word in one sitting. Okay. Now, when I say rat, okay, so which word did I say? Which is the last sound in rat? Okay, now I'm just, what you can do with this, here you can examine a child whether he is able to recognize the sounds which you are telling. At the same time you can even see whether the child is pronouncing it properly or not. Whether he is listening properly or not. All those things you can do now. Okay. Like this, In the same manner, now you write out, point out to one child. Over the second point, when a word, say a word, for example, plum. Okay, the third point, point out to one child. Point out to one child. Ask, dear, which word did I say? Dear, which word did I say? Next point, she may tell plum. Then ask her, which is the last sound in plum? Which is the last sound in plum? Okay. Dia says, you can write M or whatever you want. Dia says, Okay, like this, if you want, you can write another example also. Okay, say another word. Again, ask another child, Varun, which word did I say? Ground rule. Okay. Okay, preparation, invite some children for the presentation. Ask them to have their sitting mats at the place of presentation and sit on them. Okay, others, just you can write directly, ask them to sit on the sitting mats. Understood. Then, give them a ground rule. The child whom I point out, should say it loud. The child whom I point out should say it loud. Others should say to themselves. Softly. Others, they should say to themselves softly. Ground rule, no, in the preparation you have to give ground rule. So next when you are doing activities, okay, just write, give a ground rule. One time you just write and keep in one presentation. Later on when you are writing the other presentations, you just write, give them a ground rule. That's understood. Themselves softly. Okay. This activity should continue as long as children are interested. Okay. This last sound they will recognize. Got it? The last point you just write down. Continue as long as children shows interest. As long as children shows interest. Okay. This is for last sound. Okay. Next day or in next sitting, second presentation, in the same manner you can write. Okay, in the same manner. This is for first sound. Second activity, just write down second activity. In the same manner you have to write the presentation. Here, same invitation. Okay, preparation, give them a ground rule. Okay, presentation. Now I am going to say one word. Listen carefully. Okay. When I say fruit, okay, which word did I say? Which is the first sound? Like this. Okay, one sitting only, don't ask first sound, last sound, because first sitting, why we are offering last sound? Because that is the last sound they listen. They can reproduce it easily. Then the first sound. So maybe if you have 5 children, you prepare 10 words, at least 2, each child will get 2. Okay. Got it? Second activity. Again the third activity. Okay. Third activity. Now first and last sound both. first sound, last sound, both. Okay. First sound for one child, last sound for the other child. Don't be confused. First sound for one child, last sound for the other child. Now you listen how it goes. Okay. Now, listen carefully. Okay, I am going to say the words now. Children will be used to this. Okay. When I say duck, listen how I am telling. When I say duck, which is the first sound, what is the ground rule? Softly. Got it? Which is the first sound? Which is the last sound? Because now what? I am asking one first sound to her, last sound to another child. Now everyone will be careful about first and last sound. The other children will be conscious regarding this. Now again I will give another word. I will ask first sound for us, last one for next child. Okay? This is in one sitting. Now you have to repeat this. If the children are not confident about these sounds, please repeat this. At least if you repeat 2 times, 3 times also, not a problem. Okay. Then the fourth activity is everything in a different presentations, not at one sitting. In one sitting only don't ask first sound, next sitting immediately don't ask last sound. At least 1 day gap you have to give. Okay. In next day, fourth activity, the same thing. First and last sound to the same child. Got it? In the next sitting, all the sounds. Fifth activity, all the sounds. Okay? When I say napkin, which is the first sound, what comes after no in napkin? After I, napkin. Every time you have to say napkin. When you are saying, each time you have to stress that particular sound. Nap. When you want to say p, I am stressing that. So, that particular sound you have to stress that, so that the children will understand. Same child. Because we have prepared the child for this. First I was asking for different children. Now for one child only I started asking first and last sound. Now I am asking all the sounds. That the children should not be so confused. Don't say blended words like that. Fish and all those things you don't take. Because you have not introduced sure sound, cha sound till now. Whatever the sound you have introduced, select only those words. Okay. So now, already we have introduced sandpaper letters. Okay. Okay. Activity with sandpaper. Which sound is this? Okay. Now, I have given 2. Maybe only these 2 I have. Okay. Any 2 will come now. You have to come here in front of camera. Like this you distribute the sandpapers. Okay. Now I know my children are able to recognize the sounds. Are they able to associate the sounds with symbols? Okay. Now you start. Okay. When I say cat. Okay. When I say cat, which sound do you listen first? So those who are having that sound, lift. Okay. When I say bat, which is the first sound, automatically she lifted. Okay. In the next sitting, give 2 cards to one child. Now you ask, when I say camel, which sound you listen first? So she is having 2 but she is showing this particular thing. Got it? See, if it doesn't use sandpaper letters, at least you can use the flashcards or whatever you have, you can do this. No, these activities you can only hold and you can show. See, I am holding this. I am showing. Okay. When I say ball, which sound you listen first? Then which is this side or this? Correct? Like this you show, throw questions to the children, let them recognize. If you have 30 children also, please don't worry. Okay, if you have 40 children also, please don't worry. Follow this method. Yes, sixth activity. Using sandpaper letters. But already you have to offer. Without offering, you can't do this. So once if you have offered to the children, you can do these activities in recognizing the sounds. It depends, ma. I am giving you the ideas. If you want to give to one, write only one activity. Okay, you can write to give. You can distribute the cards, or else you can give to one child. So I am giving you the ideas. If you want, I want the presentation, because you have to remember means you have to write. You can distribute the cards. Those who are having the first sound, raise your card. Because that time what we did, just I told, come and trace ba. Those who are having ba sound, lift it. Now I am giving the word. In that word they are recognizing the first sound. In that word they can recognize the last sound also. If you give bad, which is the last sound? Last sound, lift it, like this. Even you are written only for the first sound, presentation. Everything depends on you. As I told, you can do whatever you want. You got the ideas now. Don't stick on only, I doesn't have Montessori method, why should I do these things? Don't. If you have all flashcards, if you have something like that, you can do it. Got the ideas now? Are you getting the ideas how to teach? Because Montessori materials gives only the ideas. How to teach. Okay. Actually language materials you can only prepare. Whatever I am going to say now onwards, you can only prepare. Start preparing. Now already you are doing flashcards with sandpapers. Have you started? No. Because ma'am will teach you how to do these things. So then later one by one I am going to teach you, just otherwise you copy down all the ideas. Whenever you have time, you start doing the cards. So that it will be teaching aids for your language. Take those things to your, wherever you go for the interview, and tell them, yes, these are the things I can do it. Yeah, direct chain, write down. Point of interest, just giving different words. Yeah, write down point of interest, giving different words. That's it. You can't write it. Control of error, social control of error, because you have to listen to the sounds. Social control of error, direct aim, to help the child to recognize the sounds. To help the child to recognize the sounds. Indirect aim, to help the child to prepare himself, for writing and reading activities. Okay, the first one, introduction to language. You have to write little introduction to language. Next, enrichment of vocabulary. You guys know what we have done in language. First one is introduction of language, at least 1 or 2 pages you can write because you have it in your notes. Next one is enrichment of vocabulary. Enrichment of vocabulary. Third one, sandpaper letters. Sandpaper letters. In that only you can write exercises, 2 exercises. Again tracing, spreading and just distributing and tracing, that is 2 activities. Then oral phonetic analysis, group activities. Oral phonetic analysis, last one, group activities. Yeah, all those. All those things comes under enrichment of vocabulary.